What is up, boys? It is your boy Nico coming at you live with Footy with the Boys. We got me and producer P here today doing a quick, short little recap of the past weekend in the Prem.
Holy.
Uh, dude, we're down in the dumps. Neither of us are at work. Palmer, how we feeling, bro?
I feel like hot fucking garbage. Dude, I don't know, dude. I hate
I
taking sick
got
days. I'm usually like the fucking macho guy that's like diet work, but not today.
yeah, dude. Well, I had to make fucking sub plans, so I was sick, but like
Oh,
still
fuck
had to
that.
do work.
Dude, just give him a
Shit was
movie to
sad.
watch.
I know, bro. I'm not that kind of guy, but should have had him watch Sausage Party, I guess. But Jordan Game 6, Palmer and Nico, Tuesday, December 5th. They'll live in history side by side. So gonna do
It'll
a
be
quick recap
special.
here. Gonna do a quick recap here of the Prem before we give you a full preview of this week's games later on. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start. You know it's just me today, so we're starting with bias. We're going Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. This game was big. It came after a big 6-0 win for the boys in the Champions League, top of the group. Arsenal were dominant early, two quick goals, beautiful goals, by the way. They were a little bit lax in the second half. Wolves were able to score a fucking banger by Matheus Cunha from some really poor defending by Zinchenko, by the way, but neither here nor there because Arsenal get the 3 points. And really, my main talking point, because it's something I've seen all week from Arsenal fans and just Arsenal Twitter in general, is Bukayo Saka. Because people have been trying to throw dirt on man's name, saying he is not world class. I have come on this podcast and told you that I believe Salah is the best right winger in the world. But Saka is not that far behind. I think we're getting to a point where he is underrated. In the Prem, there is no other player aside from him and Mohamed Salah who have gotten a goal or an assist in at least 10 games this season. And in the Champions League, the elite of Europe, he is number one when it comes to goal and assist contributions, with 7 of those bad boys leading the likes of Erling Haaland and others. So,
I just
listen,
remember
I
that tweet
think
you sent out. It was like he's top two, but not number two. What was it?
oh,
What was
baby.
that for?
He
What
top
stat
two,
was
but
that?
he ain't two. He is number one. He is a baller. I think like he's so good at controlling his body and in these little half spaces. He's not like he is quick, he's explosive, but I don't know if he does one thing at an elite level. He just does everything so fucking good. And so people tend to like underrate him, and there's always a fucking agenda against Arsenal. You guys know how it is. So they underrate him, but I am here to give you to remind you to give that man his flowers because Bukayo Saka is elite. He's been carrying this Arsenal team since he was like fucking 17, 18 years old, and now the whole world is seeing it. So I'm proud of the man. The only other talking point from here, if you remember, a diehard Wolverhampton Wanderers fan over there. You know me, I'm a gunner through and through. We going this for this game, Palmer. Am I to assume that you are currently in a strapless dress, maybe something low cut?
I went with a mini skirt. I'll tell you what,
Oh,
my balls and dick are out on my chair right now,
hey,
and
turn the camera on. Give the people what they want, man. You know why they're watching.
dude,
Come
we'd
on.
get immediately banned off of YouTube. I couldn't do it.
Well, listen, we maybe that'll be an Instagram one. They seem to let shit fly over there.
There you go.
So
That's
tune
true.
in, Palmer. Cute as hell in general, and in a dress even hotter.
Oh my
So
god, starting our
make
OnlyFans,
sure
footy with the boys.
Footy with the Boys OnlyFans featuring producer P. Maybe not what everyone wants to see, but there's gotta be some weirdos out there.
There's someone
So
out there, dude.
Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. Big game again today for Arsenal against Luton. Elsewhere in Tyneside, Newcastle handles business. Last weekend we talked about it. This week was going to be fraud watch for teams like Man U and Tottenham. We'll get into Tottenham in a second. But this game proved to be exactly what we said. Newcastle 1, Man United 0. Expected goals, by the way, over 3 expected goals for Newcastle, 0.3 for Manchester United. Uh, People were pissed because their late equalizer was offside. By the way, I mean, clearly fucking offside. I don't know what people were mad about. But they really did expose them. We've shit on Man U enough. I'm sure when the boys hop back on the pod tonight, they're gonna take another go with them. I'll tell you a little bit about Newcastle because Anthony Gordon. Listen, I co-host this pod with 2 other people. They are both Everton fans. They're Toffees, and as such, they fucking hate Anthony Gordon. They call him a rat every weekend. And out of solidarity with the boys, I'm like, yep, he's a rat. I keep my mouth shut. But let me tell you, I think right now, based on form, Anthony Gordon is a top three winger in the Premier League. 6 goals, 3 assists through 13 games this season. The only other left winger who has equaled or passed that mark is the Korean guy over at Wolves, Palmer's very own Hwang Yi-chan. So,
Best
based
player in the
on form
league.
alone, he's incredible. Take into account how injured Newcastle have been. They've been getting a little bit healthier lately with Isak coming back. But I'm telling you, Anthony Gordon is dangerous. He's direct, he's quick, and he's adding goals to it. Six
That's one
goals in
hell
the
of a
Prem, no
jinx,
matter
dude.
how they come. What's that?
That's one hell of a jinx.
Listen, man, I don't jinx flag
He's gonna
things.
like snap his leg, and Mike's gonna make a whole video about it, bro.
Hey, check out that Instagram if you guys haven't already at Footy with the Boys. Our boy Mike Tracy doing something fucking
He
ridiculous on
is
there.
fucking cooking
Looking
out there, bro.
awesome. So yeah, I'm here to tell you Anthony Gordon is that guy from Newcastle right now. He looks like their most dangerous option. And of the teams that are really competing for that fourth spot, Tottenham, Newcastle, and Aston Villa, I think I like Newcastle again. I had them early in the season. I'm back on them. Newcastle to finish in the Champions League again, despite them likely going out in the
Beginning of the
Champions
end for
League. And
Manu.
what's that?
Beginning of the end for Manu.
Bro, it's like the middle of the end, like towards the end of the end. For me, it's a fucking. They're horrible. At a certain point, you hit rock bottom, and it just
They're
can't
still
get
number
better.
7, bro.
Yeah, again,
This ain't
the
rock
upcoming
bottom. If that's
fixtures.
rock bottom, that's not too bad.
Fair, and they've been picking up points. But let me tell you, that upcoming fixture, Fraud Watch, is going to continue. I think by Christmas they're outside of the top 8. So we will
All right.
see it there. The other game that we had on Fraud Watch was really the Tottenham Man City game, which, if you remember, both Jared Flags and Mike Tracy predicted a whomping here for Man City versus Tottenham. I was the only lone voice, an Arsenal man through and through, a hater of the Tottenham Shite Club through and through. And I said, it feels like a draw to me. They always play them well. Well, it turns out your boy was right. What else
Holy.
is new? I am that guy on this pod. Uh, I think Fraud Watch is still valid, though. Not gonna lie, both these teams kind of didn't look too great. 3-3 is not a good scoreline for a Man City team. That midfield, holy hell, it looks horrible. Rodri is the best 6 in the world when it comes to controlling the play, but not when it comes to these games that get really, really stretched. I mean, Man City had most of the possession, most of the game. Like they had all the chances. They were wasteful. Credit to Tottenham, they had very few chances, but they made all of them count. They were clinical. That being said, at a certain point, I think when it was 2-2, Tottenham and Big Ange Postecoglou, Jared's favorite person on human earth, including over his parents and over his girlfriend, he continued to play the same style of football that he's known for, open, and it led to another Man City goal. Even with a tying 3-3 goal, he didn't like lay back and defend, still continued to do it. And if it wasn't for a horrible call by a ref, Man City could have very likely gotten the fourth goal to take the win. So yeah, I think more than ever, this Man City team is not what they have been these past 3 years. I'm not saying they can't win the Prem, but it is up for the grab. Arsenal and Liverpool must be licking their lips because it is very, very possible that one of them can take the Prem this year. Aside from that, I just gotta say, I know he's fast and he's flashy and he's new, but Jeremy Doku, I think, might be the most overrated player in the Premier League right now. I understand his step overs are nice. I understand he paces just about everyone, but there's just no end product to that game. Jack Grealish got onto the field and immediately scored. I like Grealish to start over there for Man City, and they need to figure out that midfield because a midfield of Julian Alvarez, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva just does not have enough steel for the Premier League. 3 draws in a row, by the way. 6 points dropped in their past 3 games or past 5 games, something like that. So Man City looking shaky. Good news for the Gunners.
Rough fucking
Finally, our last
stretch.
big game of the weekend. Liverpool 4, Fulham 3. Fulham 3. And I say it all the time. I've said it for Man U for a couple of weeks. Any win in the Premier League is a good win. But man, Liverpool look really unconvincing conceding 3 goals to Fulham. This
With an
Fulham
own goal,
side is
too.
seriously, Fulham is atrocious. Um, I don't know. This Liverpool team is gonna keep attacking. They're capable of putting 4 against anyone in the league, including the best teams in the league. But to allow Fulham to score 3 again, some shakiness there. I think they have really similar issues in the midfield to Man City.
Glass
Although
cannon
honestly,
mentality.
yeah, honestly a little bit worse. So Fulham, valiant effort, couldn't get it done because of one man, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who proves to be the difference maker again. When he is on form, he might be one of the better, just pure footballers in the world. For the love of God, Jurgen Klopp, get him out of that back four. He gets cooked every time, including in this game, by the way, just because he scored and led to that own goal as well doesn't mean that he belongs as a right back. Put him in the midfield where he belongs. Find a right back who can defend at least a little. And I think this Liverpool team solves a lot of its problems. But big result for Liverpool, 4-3. They are now second in the Premier League with Man City dropping points today. Behind, you guessed it, Arsenal's Gunners.
Holy.
Elsewhere in the Premier League, Chelsea. I have relegated them from the Big Six. Chelsea 3, Brighton 2. Big win for the Blues, but Brighton continue to look worse and worse. Mike Tracy has called this midfield of Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez, and Moises Caicedo as potentially world class. One of them got sent off, and the other one probably should have too. So I don't know about that, but good win for Chelsea nonetheless. Everton, the Toffees that we are so fond of here at Footy with the boys, won. Nottingham Forest 0. A good win for the Toffees,
Big
continuing to
win.
climb their way out of that hole. Huge win. Dwight McNeil doing work in the box, which we are known for on this podcast. Boxmen, all four of us.
Big box
Uh,
guys.
Box guys, huge box guys. Finishing in the box is what we do. Good win for the Toffees. Solid goal from close range. Nottingham Forest, I'm telling you right now, you should fire Steve Cooper. That man is a clown. He does not know what he's doing with this group of talent. I am scared for their future in the Premier League. Well, the bottom three sucks, but any other year they should get relegated. Elsewhere, West Ham won. Crystal Palace also won. A little bit of a shocking result here. I think most of us thought West Ham could get a result. Mohamed Kudus continues to ball. He scores a goal for West Ham. Palace, a surprising goal from Hudson Edward, who was a solid player to tie that game 1-1. It's a worse result for West Ham than it is Crystal Palace. So hopefully it can turn around. I like the Hammers, but
I
also
feel like West Ham
they're
is just like the letdown team of the league.
a little bit at the moment. To be fair, they were underrated coming in. Now we might have overhyped them a little bit. They're probably just solidly a good mid-table side. Over at the Cherries versus Aston Villa, the Cherries team that I was very fond of in Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. I was fond of them. 2-2 draw, another very shocking result. In fact, this is the result why I think Newcastle can tip into that top four over Aston Villa and over Tottenham. Um, I don't know. Still out on the Cherries. They've hurt me
So
too much. They've hurt me too much, bro. I can't do it.
so
I'm out. I know I said if they got a result, I would be back in. I'm still elsewhere.
that's a point. That
And
is a result.
it is a result, and especially with a strong Villa side. I don't know. Villa lost this game more than Cherries won this game. And they tied, so fuck it. The team I am on outside of Arsenal is Brentford. They pick up a win versus relegation candidates Luton Town 3-1. Uh, Pretty dominating display. Luton got a late goal to make it 2-1 before Brentford finished it. But buzzing for the bees as always. Shout
Bees
out
are
to
buzzing.
Brentford. Luton in bad form, playing Arsenal later today, so we'll see how that goes. Although I think we already know. And finally, in the grossest game of the Premier League weekend, really one-sided. I don't think a lot of us saw it coming. Burnley 5 for being the high scores of the Prem this week. Sheffield 0. Sheffield make life harder for themselves with the red card. But oh my God, that team fucking sucks. Like they are poor. And we relegated these three teams already. We should relegate them one league lower underneath the championship. They are horrible. They have no fucking pride to fight for. They're getting like sung at by their fans that they're shit, that they're not good enough. And those fans are 100% right. The Blades suck. Good win for Burnley. Hopefully they get a little confidence and Vincent Company keeps his job. Because I do think they're doing good things over there. They're just not at the level of the Prem. So that wraps up our weekend here and the Premier League recap with Footy with the boys. Reminder,
Holy.
we have midweek games starting today. Luton
Starting in
versus
an hour.
Arsenal starting in an hour, and then Palmer's Wolves take on Burnley. I'm going Arsenal fucking 3-0. Let's say 3-0. Palmer, prediction for Wolves versus Burnley?
What's the record for the Prem in a single game?
Uh, fuck if I know, 10 maybe? I've seen
Let's
a
go
10.
with like 11. 11
11.
nil.
Well, you heard it here first. 11-0. Wolves up against Burnley. Arsenal also to secure the 3 points. We appreciate all you watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Go check out that Instagram at Footy with the Boys. See the awesome content we're pushing out there. And tune in later in order to see our full preview of this upcoming week in the Premier League. I am Nico rocking the Everton kit. That is Party P over there. It is good seeing you boys. Have a good day.
Later.